Ooh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our next game of Starladder EU coming up here. We've got Cleave versus the Retry. Gods is no longer with us, but I'm Zayori, and Merlini is back once again.
How's it going?
It's going very well. Had a little bit of fun this morning.
A lot of close and exciting games.
Yeah, I heard about Navi Alliance. I just watched the tail end of that Rock's Kiss Fnatic. What a match!
Yeah, Cloud9 Empire was all right too.
All right,
That's all right.
It was all right.
But everyone's been running absolutely different strategies. We've seen Wisp, but using completely different manners. One we paired with Sven, one we paired with the Storm. We've seen minus armor strats. We've seen 5-man strats. We've seen Lycan push strats. It's just everything.
It's been crazy. A crazy day of Dota.
No one knows who's going to pick what.
No one knows. Well, this draft is well underway, Merlini, so let's go ahead and hop on in. Oh my gosh. Production value. And, we've got it backwards, as always. This thing is still so hard to use.
God gets it backwards, too.
So does LD. Everybody gets it backwards. It's left and right is just not a good way to describe how these teams are positioned as who's left and right here.
I think maybe it goes by the top.
Yeah. Maybe that's... no. According to this thing, TR is on the right.
It should be the opposite.
It's always the opposite of what it is on the top. I'll try to remember that for future reference.
That's a terrible...
It's a terrible way.
Implementation.
It's opposite of the way it should be. Oh, boy. So, wow, a lot of heroes to look at here. Cleave start off with Dazzle Storm Spirit, and the Retry with Ancient Apparition Ember.
Retry's draft is a lot better. Like, Cleave's is... It's all over the place. They have Dazzle without any good synergy to deal with, nothing really to follow up with Poison Touch, heal on not really any melee heroes are going to be there. No summons to work with either. No other minus armor. Storm, but Abaddon's really not a good ganker. Neither is Dazzle. Neither is Luna. No Infest Bomb. They have Luna for the push, but not really that much early game. It's just a little bit of everything and no synergy.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, Dazzle Luna is that dirty combo that we've seen before. They have a really high win rate as that combo. We've talked about that a couple of times. So there's a little bit of synergy there between the weave and then the bouncy glaives, but all in all, yeah, a little bit lackluster.
Retry is it's better. Weaver doesn't really seem to fit in the strategy that much. I guess they're going for elusive cores with Ember and Weaver. But also they need a lot of burst to dump into Batrider ultimate, and that's where Earthshaker and Ancient Apparition and AA, they have pretty good synergy together. A lot of magic damage coming out from Earthshaker, synergized well with Vortex, both fairly long range with the Fissure and the Ice Blast. A lot of stun to keep them in place so they get cold feet. So I like Retry's lineup a lot more.
Right. And Weaver might have been a little bit of a deny pick here. Perhaps they were worried that Weaver would go in the off lane. I don't know. Maybe not. And I say that only because Weaver Abaddon is
I think Weaver would have gotten shut down really hard, though.
Yeah.
Earthshaker will just
it would have been
on him.
Too greedy as well. This is a good game for them to grab Weaver. Cleave have basically no lockdown. I mean, Poison Touch is about as good as... I guess Electric Vortex is their best lockdown, which really isn't a hell of a lot.
This is true. It is a good game for Weaver to shine in. I mean, same with Ember, though. How are they going to kill an Ember?
Yeah, that's true. Even the Storm Spirit.
I would prefer a Lion for support. Get some more deeps going on. Get some more burst. They need to be able to just kill people in a Storm Spirit ultimate or Storm Spirit Vortex. And they also need other ways to initiate besides relying on the Storm all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like having Abaddon and Dazzle on the same team is good if you're doing something a tri-lane with a Starladder, even though that's too melee.
So someone a super manly hero.
Yeah, someone that can really man up and make a lot of use of, someone like a Huskar or something if you want to do a crazy tri-lane like that. If you're not going to do that, I don't see the synergy between these two supports. They have a lot of healing and a lot of survivability, but...
And then now they go for a team fighter, but nothing really that well to dump into a Magnus ultimate. It's just a little bit of everything. I think.
Yeah, I mean they do have a little bit of synergy, between Eclipse and RP. When they're all clumped together, Luna can do some pretty serious damage. But I think this Weaver is just going to get out of control. It's Ember Spirit as well, but I think Weaver in particular is just going to have a field day in this game.
I don't actually know the odds going in this game. Cleave, I think I've seen them play one game before. I think Insane was a team that I thought was much better than I initially anticipated them being because they were 15th in the Starladder out of 16. Cleave is also in that 14 to 16 range, but I think they might actually deserve to be there. I forget what it is this team or not, but maybe they can surprise some people. TR also on the low end, but they've been doing decently. They've been improving a lot, and they are no longer the laughingstock of Starladder.
Yeah, that's always good when you're no longer the laughing stock. Well put, my friend.
Ha ha ha.
Ah ha ha. And actually, I
A
want to.
barrel of
A
laughs.
barrel of laughs. Can we take a gander at the? No, we're not going to do that here. It looks like there could be. I'm curious about the standings. I didn't get to look at it before I sat down, as I was busy setting everything up. But do you know what either of these teams' records are right now, off the top of your head?
I mean, I just remember seeing them on the right side. I think Retry was like 9th or something. You can check it out
Okay.
real fast. There's nothing
Yeah,
funny.
just want to make sure I don't miss a first blood while we're looking.
First blood.
First blood. Oh, you stupid
So
idiot.
TR's 9th.
Yeah, they are 1-2, and Cleave, they are actually 0-2, right, or 0-2 right
See,
now.
Insane is last, but I don't actually think they should be last place.
Mhm.
Like, I think they've had some tough opponents, and they
Yeah.
actually played pretty well in the games that they lost.
Are they that team? Have they? I think they've played Navi and Alliance both,
I think they've played.
or was that Cleave?
I think
One
they
of
played
these
Empire too.
Empire. One of these teams, I think, has played the two hardest matchups already.
Yeah.
So it's
Record
yeah,
doesn't mean everything. Is
you're
what
definitely.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're definitely right about
Anyways,
that.
introducing team the retry. We have Nubik on the Weaver, TR Feedlight, not sure who that is, on the Ember Spirit, Android P on the Ancient Apparition, No Fear on the Earthshaker, and PKK on the Batrider.
And on the dire side, we've got Team Cleave. It will be a Batten being played by Stress. Roger going to be supporting up top on the Dazzle, and they will be helping out their buddy Yamaha playing on the position 1 Luna. That means in the mid lane it will be Storm Spirit played by Lolik, and he's already under a little bit of pressure as No Fear has rotated his way in, and Feedlight doing a fair bit of damage to him already. Did go Searing Chains level 1, and
It's so hard for two melee heroes to kill a Storm Spirit without dying, though.
yeah.
Storm Spirit is just incredibly good at level 1 against melee, and I haven't actually seen this matchup before. Storm Spirit. Ooh.
And will they be able to do it? Feedlight looking for the bolas. He might have enough damage here. One more auto attack.
Oh, he canceled
no!
it! Okay.
He still gets it, but
Wow.
a very close call.
Wow. I think Storms could have salved there. Oh, wait, he didn't have a salve. Never mind. JK.
JK, he's only got 2 pooled tangos. So Ember Spirit off to one hell of a start here. He's going to be forced to use his salve now to regenerate up as Lolik comes back to the lane, and he'll also be joined by the Abaddon, who's going to rotate over as well. And last but not least, we didn't make it all the way around before that first blood came out. Magnus being played by Zako? Is that how we decided to pronounce that one?
I have no idea.
X-A-K-O-H. Something like that. He's on the Magnus here in the off lane. And Magnus in the off lane, it's not bad, but it's not particularly good either.
It's better in the newer patch. I mean, he was running as an offlane in 6.78 sometimes, and it's
Occasionally.
it's not bad. You have to be a really good mag player though to pull it off, or else you're going to get under farmed and you're going to be useless because you don't have a blink. You have to be one of those mag players that can actually do a lot of stuff with Magnus without the blink, which means landing your skewers, which is not an easy skill to land. PGG being very annoying in the offlane, actually using the creep pull to his advantage and double stacking it in case he wants to take it out later.
Yeah, he is level 3. He's been able to grab a couple of last hits here, but he's holding his own well considering it is a 1v3 here. In the hard lane, he did go boots first. It's pretty typical for off laners. And oh,
He got
Magnus.
He got stuck right here, trying to interfere with the creep pool, but he just got caught by right clicks.
Yeah, and I was just going to try and
It's
compare
too
Magnus
greedy.
to Batrider.
You
But-
usually just stand right here to try and leech XP. Instead, he's like trying to contest with them in the jungle against Chilling Touch early. That's just not a
He might have been able to get away with it, and oh my god, I'm missing kills all over the place. I should have had a bigger breakfast. Lolik will grab a kill on Ember Spirit, but it's going to be a close call.
Well, they'll put him right back at even in mid.
Yeah, well, almost. First blood gold versus
Almost.
another kill, but he
But
actually will
I
play
mean,
ahead
at
on
the same
that
time,
one.
Storm gets a higher level experience kill though too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's very true.
evening up.
Yeah, so,
Oh wow! Poison touch, last tick will kill Batrider.
wow.
There's just that's everywhere. You missed that one too.
I caught the tail end of it, but oh boy. All right, coming in fresh here. So it doesn't seem to be working too well for me. It is tied up 2-2 here as we approach the 3-minute mark. Weaver is the big breadwinner so far, though. He is 16-2 against the 17-6 Luna. Both of them farming reasonably well. Rather curious to see what builds they'll go for here. Will this be a Hand of Midas game? Is really what I'm curious about.
I don't think so. I think TR has a huge mid-game fight, and Cleave, they also have decent mid-game fight. I think going Midas, unless you're like super far ahead, like if you can get it in like 6 minutes, then maybe so, but otherwise don't even bother. PGG, there's a lot of action in this top lane. Yamaha's taking a lot of damage standing in that fire.
He sure is, and PGG is kind of, well, he's literally playing with fire, but being very brave up here. If he gets clipped by a Poison Touch, that slow could be enough for a setup, depending on how he positions himself. Luna does have enough mana for a Lucent Beam, and also has 10 charges on that stick, so PGG really needs to be careful. He's also out of regeneration now, which will make things a little bit more difficult. In the mid, Storm grabs the 4-minute rune, and it is an illusion that he throws in the bottle. And how is their CS war going? Feedlight, he's 12-3 against the 19-4 Storm Spirit. So it seems that Storm is getting the better of him after those 2 kills have come out. He is out farming him, but just barely.
Ember Spirit is not going the Arteezy build. Arteezy goes, what, 3-2-0 on him, and the alternative build is 1-1-3. Looks like he might take a spill right here.
Yep, he will use the Sleight of Fist for a little bit of extra damage, but Lolek zipping around does secure the kill. And a port coming in. Lolek out of mana. I'm not sure that No Fear will be able to turn this into a kill. There are a couple bottle charges here, and Lolek will be just fine.
See, that kill on Storm, just getting that on Ember Spirit was just so important, because Storm was level 6 and Ember Spirit's not, and that just makes it a very easy kill once Flame Guard is down. Yeah. So nice job by Lolek having that recovery from that early level 1 roaming Earthshaker.
Yep. Tranquil Boots now
PGG.
up on the Bat Rider, but yeah, he's in some trouble. He will use the Firefly. Poison Touch has already come out. They'll harass him back, and Poison Touch will continue to tick him down. Pretty standard Dazzle opener here, 2-1-1 at level 4. Going that nice aggressive build, and the value point in the Shallow Grave.
And the AA and the Earthshaker, they're just trying to keep a hold of the bottom lane. AA actually going for the 2 in Cold Feet build, no value point in Ice Vortex. And how is Earthshaker doing on levels? They're both level 4.5, so pretty respectable there. Abaddon is only level 3, but Dazzle's just on par with his other 2 supports.
Fairly even across the board here. A very small golden experience lead for Cleave, but only in the low hundreds, so really nothing too crazy to report on. Ember Spirit is now level 6, so he should be a lot harder to kill in the mid lane. Those fire remnants make him quite elusive, but Lolek will port down to the bottom lane. Looks like they do want to try and set up a kill. Magnus very close to level 6, but not quite on the money. Invisibility rune down bottom. Lolek will go for it. He zips forward, does grab it in the bottle. Bolas do connect. In comes the fissure as well. The damage isn't there, and he will zip away. Now Magnus, the target of choice. Will they be able to secure a kill here, though? He's trying to leech enough XP to grab 6. There it is. Unfortunately, not enough mana for an RP. And no regeneration whatsoever. Not even a magic stick on him quite yet.
Maybe he just wants to go to the straight blink build. But Nubik been completely uncontested on bottom. Looks like he will be going for a Lincoln's build. Checking out the net worth in between him and Luna. Weaver is just slightly ahead, about a 100.
Yeah, pretty even. Their CS battle, I think, is just about on par as well. Yeah, within 2 creeps of one another. So they're both in basically free farm mode. Weaver grabbing the early Basilius, Ring of Health, and like you said, working towards his Lincolns.
All in all, everything's very even this game.
Yeah.
Ember is about the same level, or actually he's 1 level behind, but he's the same net worth as Storm Spirit. And the offlaners with PG, he's not level 6, but he's the same net worth as Nubik, so just a little bit of experience disparity here and there, but all in all, still all around tied up. But I still think TR has a better mid-game lineup. As soon as PGG gets his Blink Dagger, the game changes a lot for both teams.
Yeah, that's of course when Bat Rider will start getting a little bit more aggressive, and Ancient Apparition decently close to level 6. He is partway through level 5 right now. PGG does get initiated on, though. Poison Touch to start things off. He does take a Lucent Beam, but will make it back to the tower safely. Does have a couple of stick charges, as we see Abaddon wrapping around the backside. Yeah, he's really close to level 6 as well. I think PGG could actually be in some trouble here. With Abaddon coming around the back, they could dive this pretty easily. Even just a Poison Touch Lucent Beam would be enough to secure this kill.
Yeah, but he has Tranquil Boots healing up right now. So
yeah,
he's not in that poor of a position.
Yeah. Thought they were going to try and shove into this tower a little bit more quickly. And now Firefly comes out. In comes the Abaddon from the backside as well. We see the pings. But he's just too speedy.
He didn't even pop his Tranquils yet.
Yep.
There he goes.
And he will clear up the creep wave. So PGG really having a good time here. Now all of a sudden, Stress. He'll get sandwiched in by Feedlight and No Fear. Easy kill with that fissure to finish him off. He is not level 6. No borrowed time.
Just out of position.
Yeah, TR will take it.
If they wanted to make a move, they should have made it earlier so he can at least retreat up through the lane. But once the creeps got pulled...
Yeah, and Nubik down bottom. He's in trouble. Storm initiates. RP comes out. They do dust him, but he gets the time lapse off. They don't have enough damage to finish him, and Weaver will survive. Such a close call. That was...
I was surprised they didn't have enough damage.
Yeah, I thought he was dead for sure. Wow.
I think maybe if Yeah, that was
Oh,
so
a
close.
miss eclipse up in the top lane. Yamaha trying to finish off Batrider, but he'll make it off the map, and a creep wave comes in, and I think every single beam hit a creep there. Maybe one hit the Batrider.
Light.
Very unfortunate. Will Lulic be able to secure this kill? He zips forward, and that is the kill. A killing spree now for Lulic, and Batrider still falls. PGG reinitiates and ends up going down after surviving against the Eclipse as we were looking at that kill mid.
Ember Spirit's doing a really poor job of controlling the runes. The first kill was from the illusion. After that, he got the invisibility rune on the Storm Spirit, and after that, he got a regeneration. So even after the failed kill attempt on Weaver, he still had enough mana to TP mid and secure a kill on Ember. And I must say, this Ember is just not having a good time. He had the easiest start, 1-0 versus a Storm Spirit, who traditionally does not do very well once he gives up an early kill in lane, but Lulic just destroying him, 3-1-0 on
Do you
him.
think some of it has to do with this Flame Guard max build? He's got 4 points in Flame Guard at level 8.
Flame Guard Max is not bad. It should prevent you from dying, is
Yeah.
a thing. But if you're dying with a Flame Guard build, you might as well just not use it.
Yeah, and the difference is like the Arteezy build you were talking about where he doesn't grab an early point in that. Sometimes the value point, but levels up Sleight of Fist and Chains. It allows him just to be so much more aggressive in lane, put out that harassment, and
Yeah,
box out
he
Storm.
used constantly cast Sleight of Fist, and it
Right.
also helps push out your lane because it's a more on-demand spell than Flame Guard. Flame Guard at max level 35-second cooldown, Sleight of Fist at max level 6-second cooldown. So I don't know. I actually didn't even consider that popular build before, but
Yeah. This one seems to make more sense on paper, but the aggression lets you just put so much more pressure out. And here you're forced to just always play on the back foot. Yeah, you've got Flame Guard to absorb some damage.
well,
but
you can play aggressively with Flame Guard too, but not someone who can just zip away like Storm, and not someone who can
Right.
actually pop your Flame Guard
Yeah.
with all that magic damage.
Well, Nubik will be continuing to work towards his Lincolns. Now has the ultimate orb up before finishing the Perseverance. There is an invisible Magnus coming in. RP in just 2 seconds. So
He has
Nubik-
his ultimate orb though. He has a very nice HP buffer.
Yep, there's the RP. In comes Storm as well. Can they catch Nubik this time? And they have the damage. He won't time-lapse. That will be a much-needed kill on the Weaver. Now Lulic in big trouble. He'll zip a little too far forward. Takes a fissure. Will they have the damage, though? Nope. Chilling Touch just isn't enough. And Lulic will scoot back to safety.
Nice kill on the Weaver there. Not actually sure how they executed the first time, that they weren't able to actually get the kill on him, especially when he had 200 less HP than before, but still very important kill. And Cleave is setting up pretty well in this mid game now, because Magnus, he's only died one time. He has his arcane boots. He's halfway to his blink dagger. Everything working out well for them. PGG still very far away from his blink dagger.
Up top, Roger as well as the Luna will be under a heavy assault. Roger does use the Grave on himself, though it's only level 1. That long cooldown, and it will buy him a few seconds. Will it be enough? Perhaps it will. The Shadow Wave comes out as well. A little bit of return damage. There's the lasso on the Luna. This could be an easy 2-0. And Eclipse is online, though. PGG taking a lot of damage. He falls. Luna still gets taken out. In comes Lulic for the cleanup, and it's a 2-for-2. Batrider and Ember Spirit in exchange for Luna and Dazzle.
This Batrider is going to be in a lot of trouble. 1,300 gold right now, and Lulic's just balling out of control. He has his Oblivion Staff. He has 4 kills.
Dude, he's 2 levels up on the next highest on the chart. He's 11. Ember Spirit's only 9.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
That's
I
scary.
mean, that should not get that out of hand. And
Yeah.
Ember Spirit just let it get completely out of hand. And the bigger part is Storm Spirit is crushing the other lanes. He's Gink Weaver twice. One of them yielded in a kill. He cleaned up absolutely everybody on that top gank, and he's still just getting all the runes. So there's another regeneration rune for Storm. That is
Oh,
the
wow.
absolute worst rune for TR right now.
Yeah, it really is. And up top, it was just awesome because he got solo experience for that big kill, those 2 kills that we just saw, or at least the last one. So Storm he's a force to be reckoned with. Once that Orchid comes out, things will get a lot more difficult for TR, especially if he can get the Orchid up before Weaver completes his Lincolns. That would be huge.
Yeah. Or ES before his Blink Dagger, Ember before any item.
Yeah, and PGG, wow, he's really slow with this Blink. We're 13 minutes in, and he only has 1,500 in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared for him. He's died a lot. He's died 3 times, and he lost his tower.
Yeah, this is rough for the Batrider. We've been seeing Blinks come out in even the single digits, like 8-9 minute mark.
Yes.
And this is a really unfortunate timing. Weaver, there's a lot riding on the back of the Weaver right now. If you look at net worth, he's number 1 on their team by a decent margin, 1K up over the Ember Spirit. So this Weaver, he needs to start making some plays. He needs to get that Lincolns up, and
Completely whiffed AA ultimate.
yeah, that was unfortunate. Just a little bit short there. And everyone will kind of go back to farming. Interesting build from Feedlight here. Won't be going Arcane Boots, just phase into drums, I imagine, with that Bracer. And maybe, what do you think, a Desolator this game? Or maybe Weaver will be the Desolator
That's thinking
carrier.
way too far ahead for Ember Spirit. And that's looking at like the 30-minute mark. He needs to get past this like next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then once Storm Spirit gets Orca too, he's using his regen on top, looking for somebody to kill. He might be able to kill PGG. He definitely will be able to kill PGG.
Oh, regeneration is just so dirty on Storm Spirit.
Ooh, well, he did push out the lane. Now they will scout out Lalik, so PGG will live to see another day. 200 gold to his Blink Dagger to take out those 2 camps. Unfortunately, one is a Mud Golem, but if he just takes out the Troll Camp, he will be all good in the hood. They need that. It's been a long delayed, though. They're supposed to be upping kills right now, I think, with their lineup.
Invisibility Rune up top. Storm will give it to Magnus. He does have his Arcane Boots up. AA ult does connect with Dazzle in the mid lane, but not too much. They are going to try and set up a kill onto Ember, it looks like.
Later, Ember.
There's the RP. Easy kill coming out. Shockwave, all the follow-up damage. The creeps will actually get the last hit, but an easy kill nonetheless. And that will set him back even more.
Has Ember's time already passed?
It's starting to feel like it. 3, 5, and 1.
Or is it just because this guy's making him look like a terrible
Oh, you meant in general. I thought you meant
both.
this game. Oh, well, in this game, it's starting to look like it. In general, yeah, teams are getting more comfortable dealing with him. But I think it's more the latter. They're just not handling this quite right. I mean, in the hands of Dendi, Ember is a ridiculously elusive, difficult hero to lock down. You know, I mean, right there in that kill, he was just sort of a little far forward. I mean, they had a rune or a ward up right here, so they should have seen that it was an invisibility.
Yes.
And he either didn't notice or didn't care, and then just got RP'd.
Yeah, this Ember Spirit is...
Yeah, I would label that a player mistake, not a hero mistake.
But I mean, even before that, though, like falling behind, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there goes a blink on the blink on the Magnus, and about the same time as a blink on the Batrider. But Magnus has been involved in, I guess, the same amount of kills, and he has Arcane Boots as well.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. They've both been involved in just about 2 kills. The difference is Magnus has conceded much fewer deaths. The big thing is that they're keeping Ember Spirit down, and that is just translating into a lot of aggression here in the mid lane. PGG blinks forward. He does get the lasso off onto Lolic. They'll have the damage to finish him off.
Where's the Grave? He pinged out his buddy Dazzle.
And Dazzle was in range too. It's only level 1 Grave. That's usually the big bottleneck, but
unless AA had his ultimate up, but he didn't actually use it for that fight. He used it late.
I think Dazzle just made a misplay. He weaved first when he should have graved.
Yeah, he definitely should have graved him.
Yeah, he did get the weave off, and I think
they were out of stuns.
Yeah, I think they were... did he get clipped by the fissure? That could have been what interrupted him as well. I didn't see if Dazzle got hit by it. But
maybe. I don't know. Storm Spirit is still pinged out on him. He is upset.
Yeah, either way, if you were able to weave there, you should have been able to grave. So.
Yes.
Very unfortunate. Double damage rune up on Ember. This is the first rune that Ember has gotten in quite some while. We're 16 minutes in, and I've seen Ember get 2 runes, including this one, I think. That's been
and only when Storm has died.
Yeah, so that's been a huge part of the momentum from Cleave in this game.
There's a smoke.
Oh, there's the RP forward onto Ember once again. Long range zip from Storm Spirit, and that will be an easy kill. Now Storm zipping forward, wants to find a kill on Fear. He does have AA ulti on him, but not a care in the world. They'll dive the tower, and they shall be rewarded. Now Cleave will be able to translate this into a tier 1 tower kill in the mid.
Jeez, Lolic, man. Lolic Storm is going ham on TR. There's not really that much else besides it. Like, Storm is just obliterated.
Yeah, Luna is also quite scary. She has her BKB complete and is level 11, the leading farmer in this game right now. Let me go ahead and sign out of Steam here. All right, Weaver is still farming very well, though. Nubik does have his Lincolns complete and already has his brown boots sitting in the inventory. So making steps in the right direction. If Weaver could get up a Desolator or something that's more hard-hitting, there's still a chance for TR. We did talk about how this Weaver was a good pick in this game because they don't have a lot of lockdown for him. So I still have a little bit of hope in TR.
Oh, no, it's not
Nubik can make some plays.
If Cleave doesn't exert aggression, then that means that Earthshaker will be able to farm his Blink Dagger. That'll mean Batrider will be able to get picks now and then. Weaver can get his Lincolns, and Ember Spirit can catch back up. So it's really on Cleave to try and shut them down and keep their lead.
Yep. And No Fear is about halfway to the Blink Dagger. He has 1,300 sitting in his bankroll, has the Arcane boots up already. So he's not too far off that Blink. And I think you're right. If Cleave can set up another kill or 2 on him before that time, it will do wonders for their mid-game. Wards coming down from both sides here at the top rune. Actually, just about at the same time as well. But no sentries. Nubik just farming away. Everybody going back to farming here. Looks like this game will take a slightly more passive turn. Luna.
This benefits TR.
Yeah, Helm of the Dominator up next.
Especially since Luna went BKB first, they want to be forcing team fights before TR has any items. And Luna's like really strong once she gets her BKB. But if you're going to farm, you should have gotten HOD before. But now she's going for an HOD, and she could have done the opposite build and probably had 1,000 more gold by the time she completes both items with this order.
Well, Storm now has his Orchid up, so perhaps that's the sign that Cleave were waiting for to start getting aggressive. And there we go. Lolik will zip forward, Orchid out onto the Ember Spirit. See, he has no Fire Remnants down right now. He was CC'd quite a bit there, but you know, a good Ember is going to have Remnants down and be ready to hop to him as soon as anything feels a little bit sketchy. And this Ember is definitely not doing that.
Or at the very least, Flame Guard up.
Yeah, something. He's, yeah, not the most experienced Ember Spirit player we've seen, that's for sure.
Yes.
Weaver will go ahead and grab his power treads now following that Lincoln Sphere. So going more of a kind of, I would call it more of a mid-game oriented Weaver. And I don't mind the power treads coming out. Some Weavers are really bold without even grabbing boots, but
I like power treads on them too.
Yeah,
the HP buffer is really important.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't have their main disables. Like, you need to be able to survive the RP. You need to be able to survive the Orchid and or the pool. And if you don't, then the power treads would have probably paid for itself.
Yeah. And Lolik will grab the 20-minute rune. It is only an illusion, but still the point here that rune control is continuing to go the way of Team Cleave. There will be a smoke from TR down bottom. PGG, Nubik, and Feedlight are looking frisky. And Batrider will Firefly onto the side of the map. PGG will find Luna. He blinks forward. BKB comes out. He doesn't get the lasso off. Eclipse comes, but there are a lot of creeps nearby to absorb some of the damage. PGG almost dead. Oh, they're not going to find it. Magnus hopping forward, but maybe Storm can finish him off. Yes, Lolik will zip forward and secures the kill. Very sloppy from TR. PGG whiffing the lasso. He didn't even use it. It's still off cooldown.
Yep.
Very unfortunate.
Luna should not be able to pop BKB before you get the lasso off. All he needs to do is just like Firefly from the right side from the trees and just blink right on top. It shouldn't be that difficult to execute, but
he overshot the blink. Luna was like right here, and he blinked over here, so he had to do the little stutter step to get into range, and then he panicked of, do I try and go for it, or do I run?
When she pops BKB, you run.
Yeah. But and he also got a little bit lucky that there were creeps nearby right as he made that happen. If there wasn't a fresh creep wave coming in, that Eclipse would have just been a massacre. They will try and engage onto Nubik here. There is a dire sentry down, but Nubik will be out of range for now, and he's going to walk right into it.
Barely misses.
Oh, Nubik.
Oh, boy.
That ward. Thought he was safe in the trees. If he had just sat there, he probably would have been safe.
They would have seen him with the Remnant sooner or later.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunate for Nubik. And now their most farmed hero is sitting waiting for a respawn, and Cleave is just dominating them at this point. And they haven't really fought together as a team. We haven't seen too many good Batrider ultimates. We haven't seen too many good combos with the AA ultimates. We haven't really seen any of the carries contribute to anything in the fights. But there will be a big AA ultimate at Roshan. 5-man.
Wow. That will scout it out. Nice heads-up play from the AA. They knew straight away that 5 were missing on the map. They're dire. This would be a good opportunity for Roche. And a nice heads-up play. Now TR will actually smoke up as well. They want to move towards the pit. I think they're assuming that Cleave are going to continue to go for it. PGG will move through. His smoke gets revealed. They know exactly where they are. Magnus catches him, though. The RP up on the high ground. The skewer into the rest of the team. Batrider gets juiced once again. And now Cleave might be able to just take out Roshan. Luna will waste the BKB, though. That's a little bit unfortunate for Yamaha. Definitely didn't need to blow that 9-second BKB there.
Nope, he didn't. I think he expected more, like, maybe like an Earthshaker blink. Actually, Earthshaker does have blink, so.
Yeah. He's got it. He could have hopped in there, and that would have been a decent Echo Slam, actually.
Oh, you might go in for the Echo now. They do have a ward to scout him out.
Aol connects with Stress as well as Yamaha. And now Luna in some trouble. Weaver trying to finish her off. Doesn't have enough damage for an Eclipse, but will port out to safety. Nice.
Where's the fissure? If No Fear had fissure right there, that would have been huge. Because if Luna down, even if she buys back, she doesn't have BKB, and you're not using that important of a cooldown. It's just a fissure.
He had blink and fissure available.
He could have killed her.
No reason not to use it there.
Where my team at?
He could have blinked for. He would. I'm thinking like, was he out of range? And
no,
he might not have had the range, but
no.
if he still had blink up, so he could have blinked into range even if he thought he was going to fall a little bit short. even so, it's worth just throwing it. Even if you're not sure you're going to hit it, just fire away. You've got arcane
Yeah,
boots,
they're not going
man.
to fight without Luna.
Yeah, that's...
Or they shouldn't fight without Luna, rather. But
It seems like TR are a little bit demoralized here. That's the second time now where we've seen questionable decision-making where they stutter a little bit too long. It was the same thing with PGG and that whiffed Luna in the Tier 2 where he hopped forward, then as soon as she BKB'd, it seemed like he couldn't really decide, do I still want to go for it or do I want to run? He kind of stuttered back and forth before he decided, okay, I better get the hell out of here. Eclipse is going to kill me. And it was sort of, it looked like a same kind of a thing with the Earthshaker right there.
their playmakers just aren't making plays. Batrider, when has he lassoed somebody?
The last 2 tries, he's been killed before he could even use the lasso. So PGG really hasn't been on point this game. But now Cleave will move back into the Roche pit, and this should be a Roche kill. Even if they scout it out with the AA ultimate, they won't be able to get here in time. Yep. There's the ulti, but it's too late. The fissure comes in,
That's not
interrupts a
bad.
port or two. Wastes a little bit of gold there. Luna grabs the Aegis.
That's a small bone for TR. The
Weaver.
smallest of bones.
Weaver still farming away. He's got 2,000 now in savings. As he does try and knock down this top tier 1 tower. He will just go blow for blow with the Abaddon, who is level 11. So he will be no easy kill, but Weaver will try and proc the borrowed time perhaps. Abaddon working towards mech, but not quite there. And borrowed time will get proc. Now Stress needs to be a little bit careful. While we're watching this kill in the mid, of course, Ember Spirit gets picked off once again. But I think Weaver might try and dive this. I think he could probably get a kill here. Nope, support coming in. Stress baits it out, and they will keep the tower alive. It is in deny range. Will be an easy deny for Cleave. Well played. Now Weaver, he's coming back in. This may be a little bit too bold. Now he wants Stress, but there's going to be a shallow grave here. There's no way he can do this. Support coming in as well. Do they have detection? Magnus, he's got a gem. Nubik, you're in trouble. There's the RP. Weave, zip in from Storm Spirit. Poorly handled by the Weaver. He either needed to commit for that Abaddon kill or get the hell out of there. Again, he just pussyfooted around, and it cost him.
Blown away.
Yeah. Just that same kind of, I'm not sure if I want to go for this or if I want to run. Either or, you have to commit either way. He could have lived, or he maybe could have gotten a
You
kill.
can't give up senseless deaths as the most farmed hero, especially when your team has this much invested in you and nobody else is really doing anything. Ember Spirit's number 5 on net worth. He's behind the offlane mag right now. He's working on a BKB. I think if you have to go BKB this early on Ember Spirit, then it's not worth picking a hero like that.
Yeah, he is not a BKB first kind of hero. He's all about that burst damage, getting either a bunch of Battle Furies, getting a Desolator. We've even seen crit after the phase drums work a little bit better, but yeah, it seems that Glass Cannon build at least gives you something where you can use that Sleight of Fist, do some damage from afar, but BKB, sometimes it's a necessity on this hero, but first item BKB on Ember is usually a sign that you're in bad shape.
They're in really bad shape. 17-6 in favor of Cleave right now. Storm is level 17. Compare that to the highest level of TR. Only 13 on them. 0-3-0 on the Weaver. Yikes.
Wow.
4 and 8. 8 deaths on this Ember Spirit.
That really hurts. And he was their mid hero as well. That's, yeah, part of the reason this Storm is so far out of control. Lolik is, level 17 is insane relative to everyone else.
Yes.
Weaver at only 13, that's just a ridiculous disparity. I mean, Storm is going to have his Lincolns up before too long here.
Mm-hmm.
He already has the recipe sitting in the stash, just needs that perseverance.
Now, Cleave, I think they can just play the passive farm game if they want to. They've definitely made enough happen in the first 20 minutes so that they can just take a breather and starve them out. They're far enough ahead so that they can just pressure. They can either choose to pressure with the Aegis or just choose to get really ahead in net worth with the Aegis.
Yep. It looks like Weaver will be working towards a Desolator.
Wait,
sitting.
did I say Aegis?
Yeah.
What happened to Aegis? Did it pop? It must have popped earlier, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see Luna fall. Did it
I didn't see
expire?
it.
Has it been that long?
No, it hasn't.
No.
I don't know where the Aegis went, but
Okay. Luna definitely was the one that picked it up.
yep. Did she die? I guess so. Who knows?
When? She poured it out. I don't know. That's weird. Well, no fear. Easy kill. That's not much more else to say about that one.
Zip zap.
Zip zap. Luna will ding level 16 following that kill. She now has the Eagle Song, so a butterfly not too far off. That is extra scary. I think, needless to say, MKB won't be a reality for TR anytime in the near future, and it appears that Weaver will be committing to a Desolator with that first Mithril Hammer.
Top tower is under attack.
So the evasion will certainly come in handy. Invisibility rune spawning at the bottom position here. Lolik going for it, but a nice deny from Android P.
That blink was way off. And he gets stuck in the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And we'll just port out.
PGG, I think he needs a little bit more practice on that Bat Rider. Bat Rider is not easy by any stretch, but
especially in this patch.
Yeah, especially in this patch. But
he was easier a few patches ago, but now your blinks really have to be spot on.
You have to be legit with the hero to own.
Well, Cleave will do a 4-man smoke in the mid lane. We see the wraparound storm will go around the front, and he does have an empty bottle, still trying to pull up for that Linken's. But they are hungry for blood. Magnus does have an RP available, blink at the ready, and of course he does still have that gem. Perhaps they can find a kill on Weaver. Nubik just farming the large camp there. And there you go, he hops forward. Oh, the RP is totally whiffed. Great blink out from the Earthshaker. That was a really good reaction from No Fear there.
Whiff. No, they can't really do that much without RP. No reason in pressing it, especially when we don't know where the Aegis went.
Yeah, the Aegis just disappeared. That mysterious Aegis.
So close to Butterfly. Holy. One thing they haven't been doing is Ancient stacking, though. He's been using this Alpha Wolf to just follow him around and buff up his deeps. But I think it's better to use. I think it's better to use to stack Ancients.
Yeah, it's better to stack Ancients, but the Alpha Wolf isn't a bad way to do it if you're not in the mood to stack or you're not feeling up to it. Stress could be in some trouble here. PGG will waddle his way up to the high ground. Doesn't even burn the lasso. Abaddon is just not an ideal target. They don't have eyes on the rest of Cleave, so they will.
Yeah, if they walk into Eclipse, they lose the fight.
Yeah, they'll make a smart choice and just not even go for it. They might have been able to get away with a kill there, but I like the play to back it up. Dazzle is working towards his Ag Scepter now. He's got the Urn of Shadows and Power Treads. Point booster already completed. Well, not completed, but already purchased. And Storm, he's really close to that Linken's now. He just needs a few more creeps. I think he should have it after this wave. See the Courier at the ready here by the Secret Shop. And there's a smoke on it as well. TR still in big trouble. About a 10,000 gold lead, 14,000 gold or 14,000 experience lead for Cleave. TR in the dire jungle. They're trying to get aggressive here. I think they're feeling the pressure. They want to make some sort of a play happen. They know they're not going to win the static farm game. They need some ganks. Weaver, interesting item choices here. He grabbed a Mithril Hammer and now just a Demon Edge. I think he's going to give up on the Desolator and just try and transition into an MKB.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not too bad.
But a casual Mithril Hammer, ugh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's not a very good use of gold, I guess you can say. I mean, Desolator is really going to come in handy here, but they basically need the MKB to try and deal with Luna. So he is between a rock and a hard place. His farm just isn't there to be able to grab both in a timely manner, unfortunately. Cleave will pressure the bottom tier 2 tower in exchange for some damage on their top tier 2. Dire Glyph has come out, some ports coming in. They do want to make a hold, and TR will about face straight away as everyone makes it up. They do grab the tower kill down bottom. Feedlight, he gets caught. Orchid,
he
one
was
last
slow
Lucent
on his
beam.
TP.
Yeah,
I think he might have been like double clicked it or didn't have a hotkey for it, but he Ember Remnant there. He sat there for like half a second and then TP'd out, and that half second cost his life.
So a great exchange for Cleave. They defend their top tier 2. They get the tower kill on the bottom lane, and then they get another free kill on the Ember Spirit. And they didn't have to burn any big cooldowns there. They still have Eclipse online, and they've got everything else they need. RP is now back up as well. Magnus working towards the BKB, and Cleave will be able to press forward. And I mean, they can force a team fight here with Ember dead, all their cooldowns. Why the hell not?
You always have to be scared with a guy with feet in his name. He's living up. Living it up.
Oh, poor Ember Spirit. A ulti comes in. It looks like No Fear will be in some trouble. This Earthshaker, man, he just has not been able to do anything. Storm's been running amok, and I mean, he got a Blake Dagger, decent timing on this Earthshaker, but has he even used it yet?
Nope.
He's just been jumped on every single fight. So again, Cleave will get another free kill without burning any of their big cooldowns. RP Eclipse still available. No Glyph for the Radiant side. This will be an easy tier 3 tower. With Earthshaker dead, they can feel pretty safe pushing into the base. No buyback available on ES either. This is just going to be a free lane of racks. TR are going to watch their barracks get killed. Nothing they can do about it. This is starting to feel like this game is over, Merlini.
It's rough.
This is really rough. 6 to 20.
Not much to say. Cleave is just walking all over them, getting pickoffs where really easy pickoffs and TR is just not farmed enough to cope with it. The
Yeah.
only one with decent farm is the Weaver, but he still dies very easily, and he hasn't been involved in any sort of kills, so all his gold has been purely from CSing and just a little bit from the towers. Roshan is going to respawn in about a minute and a half time, and I think with that, Cleave can just push another lane, maybe just get the easy T2 in middle, probably push up the high ground, but the thing about it is Cleave should have a harder time in team fights. If they're all split up and spread out, Bat Rider Lasso, easy kill. If they're all clumped together, Earthshaker, Echo, easy kill. But obviously it's not that easy. They're already spread out generally for the AA ultimate, so it's really on PGG to figure out a good way to open on Cleave.
Yeah, I think the big disparity here is that Cleave have just been so much more on point with their initiation, whether it's Storm zipping forward, whether it's Magnus hopping in with an RP. It seems like they've gotten the jump on TR in pretty much every engage that we've seen so far, and that has been the recipe for success. TR might have a better mid-game lineup, but if they lose a hero before the fight even starts every single time, not surprised to see them struggling here in this mid-game.
The struggle's real.
The struggle is real. Lolik has had his Lincolns up for quite some while now. BKB complete on the Magnus. Abaddon, is he working towards an Ag Scepter? Interesting.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that good?
2 seconds on ultimate, not against their lineup. You don't need the. They don't have that much sustained damage. It's just a lot of bursts.
Yeah, that's not an Ags you see very often.
It's pretty crap tier. It's like 2.5.
Well, Cleave have a pretty big buffer right now. 15,000 gold, 15,000 experience.
Satanic already completed on Luna. My lord. She has 1,600 gold on top of that.
Yeah, she is really stacked right now. No glyph available for TR. They're tier 3 taking heavy damage. Luna in the front lines. MKB now completed by the Weaver. So he finally is starting to hit a little bit harder. BKB also up on the Ember Spirit. But we talked about how that is generally not a very good first item on that hero, our first big core item after the Drum of Endurance. And we'll see if it has an impact in this fight. But again, Yamaha just in the front lines with the Lincoln's buff, the Aphotic Shield. In comes Lolik. He'll initiate on No Fear once again. No Blink, no Echo Slam, and now TR just in big trouble. Ancient Apparition falls. PGG, he lassos something, but it doesn't even matter. Nubik forced back to the well. He'll be the only one to survive with just a sliver of hit points. They did grab the kill on Luna, but an obvious team fight here for Team Cleave.
This is pretty much out of the game.
Yep. Tier 3 falls. Bottom racks will definitely go down. Glyph coming up in 25 seconds, but what can the solo Weaver do? Not very much. They've got a gem. Nubik will poke too far forward. They break the Lincolns. Orchid, and they've got the damage. Storm's able to finish him off. Godlike streak coming out for Lolik. They won't be able to get the mid lane of racks here. This tier 2 in the mid is actually still standing at full health. But a crippling amount of damage. No Fear just pieces out. Maybe this will be their signal to GG.
Yeah, I think it just all got out of hand with the solo mid, though. Like, No Fear came mid to help him out, and then Lolik just crushed, just pooped all over him. Shat remnants everywhere.
Shat remnants.
All over on Ember Spirit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just embarrassingly bad how badly he lost the mid lane. And yeah, he has BKB, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, usually, like, Ember Spirits, they don't lose their lane that badly, unless it's like a heavy lane dominator, but Storm Spirit is not a lane dominator. Lane dominator is like TA.
Ember and Storm are actually fairly similar in their lane presence early on. They usually play a little bit more passive until level 6. Then they have that escape vehicle, and they can afford to be a little bit more aggressive, poke in here and there because they can hop out with Zip and Fire Remnants. So both of them in lane, I mean, it should be difficult for one to kill the other in the lane unless one really makes a bad misplay. So, I mean, and that's not to discredit Lolik. I mean, the gank coming in from Earthshaker is a little bit different.
Being able to capitalize on that big of advantage is something else, too. And Lolik just completely ran away with it.
Yeah, so No Fear will be DC.
Deja vu from yesterday.
Stuck in a pause. Yeah, seriously, what is this, Merlini? You must be a bad luck charm or something.
Well, it's not the last game of the day, so
Yeah.
we have time.
Not too bad. That's true. We do have plenty of time. So, and to follow up on that, CNB, they are Swag from the qualifier. I think
from the qualifiers?
I think there was a team named Swag in the qualifier that we casted.
Oh, so they got invited?
I don't know how they made it. I thought it was just the top two. They must have gotten invited because they didn't make their way through the top.
How do you get invited and go through qualifications?
Not go through the qualifier? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Well, PGG says go.
Yeah, so they're going to go. I don't know what they're saying, but yeah, apparently they just changed their name to CNB like 48 hours ago. So some folks, I think LD got an angry email because we didn't know who CNB were, but He was like, I don't know how you were supposed to know that one.
I don't. Am I supposed?
I don't know how we're supposed to know that team changed their name. This tier 2 Brazilian team. Oh, CNB, like, I don't know. That was just silly, the whole thing.
If they were actually good, I might try and pay attention. But they got obliterated yesterday.
Yeah, they really did get obliterated. I was okay until they had that DC, and then the icing on the cake was the I don't know if he's coming back. Like that to me that's almost like that disrespectful. Like, are you guys even taking this remotely seriously? How can you not know if one of your members is coming back? Yeah. These matches do matter. It might be a round robin, but every game counts. You know? Jesus. I mean, this is pretty much what's happening here. Like, what? No Fear's disconnected still. I mean, it's not like he's been doing much, to be perfectly frank. Not to pick on No Fear too much, but I mean, I still haven't seen him use Blink. I don't even think we've seen him use an Echo Slam yet.
Nah.
He hasn't.
Lawlek just has been getting all the initiates, sometimes the mag.
And he wills it forward. He will hop on Feed Light, forces out the BKB, but that's why BKB on Ember is not that useful. He forces it out, Feed Light survives, but then what?
Has Batrider even used his lasso after the Blink? I don't know if PGG has gotten initiation either.
Maybe once. Not the way you would normally think of, like Batrider catching one and then force staffing back. Like that last fight, he used lasso, but it didn't do anything. He got killed right after he used it. So technically, he's used the lasso, but not to much avail. And that's actually going to be a deny on one of the tier 4 towers.
And that's a Scython Storm Spirit.
Yep. Oh.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh my.
Well, it's just a matter of time, unless they have an amazing initiation with No Fear, but they need a smoke for this, because they're going for the Hail Mary defend. They need a smoke just so he can hopefully get the perfect 5-man Echo.
Oh, No Fear does use some bolas, but out comes the Eclipse. Nubik and Earthshaker just get destroyed. Now Feed Light, he'll get caught inside of an RP. BKB, not going to save you from that. And Batrider gets picked off around the backside. He didn't even get to use his lasso. There's the GG, well played.
Lawlek just styled all over them.
Lawlek was by far the biggest
just
play
how
maker.
the game goes. That's about it.
That's just how the cookie crumbles, huh, Merlini?
Yeah. Ember Spirit is somewhat weak, at least in weak hands.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't picked in Navi Alliance either, so he's not like...
Was he banned out, though?
No, he was not banned out.
Not banned out or picked?
Not
just
banned out
completely
or
ignored?
picked.
Really?
Completely ignored. Straight ignored.
That's fascinating. I mean,
Well,
Dendi plays a mean Ember Spirit. I think Dendi is the best Ember Spirit I've seen so far, I think. And the games that we've casted, at least in Starladder, there, I'm sure there have been other big...
Well, his Timbersaw crushed, so they still had a good pick for him. But I think it was just a better pick to pick Timbersaw. But
Right. Timber was
But
pretty
yeah,
big in
Ember
that
is
game.
just like, first pick him, and they didn't even pick anything special against him.
He's just a high skill cap hero. He's not one of those heroes that you can just pick and say, oh yeah, he's really good. Let's just win this game and put him mid. You need somebody that can handle him. You need somebody who can use fire remnants. And Feed Light wasn't doing that. I mean, he just how many times did he?
Flame Guard.
Yeah, he leveled up Flame Guard primarily, then barely even used it.
No, he didn't survive. That's the thing. Yeah. Like when you're in damage control, I think it's okay to go that build. When you're in damage control, okay, I want to max out my defensive cooldowns so I can survive and then get some farm and then get some kills and survive and keep getting gold. But that did not happen at all. So well played by Cleave. I did not know that they were that good, and Lawlek was very impressive on that Storm Spirit.
He certainly was, but yeah, TR, they're struggling across the board. Ember struggled, Earthshaker didn't do much, PGG on the Batrider didn't do much. It was just a disaster all across the board. Let's take a look at what we have left here for our EU schedule today. We've got one game, and that is Sigma versus Cloud9, a good one to finish off EU coverage today, and it is slated to start in just about 10 minutes. So we will have a short break here, and then we'll be coming on back to conclude our EU broadcast for today. So stay tuned, guys. Sigma versus Cloud9 right around the corner.